Hello friends, I'm Joe Madigan live at WJCU Radio, and today you're going to see me do retro radio on WJCU. It's May 15th, 2010. I'm with Ray Glasser today, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun, but in just a moment, we are going to take a trip back to May 15th of 1967, and you're going to hear the sounds from the Sound 11 survey from WKYC. So let's go in the studio and take our trip.
That's it for another Saturday afternoon, folks. I'm Art Funeye, this is I Haven't a Clue, Joe Madigan, and Retro Radio is next.
Alright, very good.
Nice meeting you.
Pleasure.
But you can turn back the hands of time to the golden era of top 40 radio in Cleveland every Saturday afternoon. Radio we laugh at.
All over the place here. So,
Now we're talking.
No auto starts.
You've got 15.
Right, I got it. No auto starts. Just to clarify, right? That's what I've been told. Hit on and then boom. Okay.
WJCU.
There you go.
WJCU, University Heights.
From the rock and roll capital of the world, it's Retro
Apparently,
Radio on
they go on to the next track, too.
WJCU.
That's what I've been having problems with.
Let's take a trip
It's gotta be a way to
back
fix
in
that.
time.
That's going to be an issue.
Wait a minute. When you turn on, I couldn't find that single button. When you turn on these, hit the single CTN button to make sure the players only play one track at a time. I couldn't find it.
It's right there.
I have such bad eyes. I have such bad eyes.
How do I get to the next track?
Clues in with the records for all the gang in the Moondog Kingdom.
Look at that. I got to learn how to run these CD players.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening
I'm going to improvise today. We got new CD players, and I don't know how to work them.
Good luck.
Yeah.
That doesn't under fire.
Yeah, they don't auto start.
That's number 13 this week
I'll
on the
tell you
WJCU
that right
survey.
now.
Only by Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels on the Jackson Iron Truck Show. It's your leader, honey, moving and grooving with you. Now all the way up to midnight tonight.
Cathedral, Latin, Lionstone, 14's the top team radio. Is Wixie, 1260, Cleveland Super Radio.
Well, let's relive a time when AM radio was cool and the records are only spinning as we take a trip back in time to May 15th of 1967 and count down songs from the Sound 11 survey from WKYC. And the trip back in time to 1967 begins now.
There we go.
Smooth.
All right. Good afternoon, friends. It's Retro Radio time on 88.7 WJCU and worldwide at WJCU.org. The Blues Magoos. We ain't got nothing yet. From the winter of 1966, the Blues Magoos, and we ain't got nothing yet.
Vibrations, weekend vibrations. WKYC Radio 11 vibrations.
Fun times on a Saturday afternoon. It's 4:36 in the Rock and Roll City. Jumpin' Joe with you, taking you back to May 15th of 1967. Sound 16 on the Sound 11 survey. The Supremes and The Happening. It's Sound 16 this week on the Sound 11 survey from WKYC, The Supremes, and The Happening on Retro Radio on 88.7 WJCU at 4:39 in the Rock and Roll City of Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, it's a beautiful day outside. If you haven't gone outside yet to get some fresh air and recover from all the, I don't know, sports tragedies that have happened this week, go outside and breathe some air and listen to the show, and I'm sure you'll feel a whole lot better. By the way, I'm being videotaped today. Ray Glasser's in the studio. He's videotaping me today, so you won't hear from Jack Flash because he's very camera shy. So you won't be seeing him today, and as a matter of fact, I'm a little camera shy myself. But if you want to see the behind the scenes of WJCU, well, just go on Facebook or YouTube sometimes, and you will see all the insanity that goes on behind behind the scenes at WJCU. So check that out in the future. So check out Retro Radio on Facebook, where you can also send in a request.
Weekend weather.
It's looking pretty good right now. However, it's going to be mostly cloudy tonight with a low around 50. Sunday, partly sunny with a high near 63. In downtown Cleveland right now, fair skies and 59 degrees.
Fun vibrations. WKYC Radio 11.
Someone told me it's all happening.
Hanging out at the zoo known as WJCU. It's 17 this week on the Sound 11 survey. That's Simon and Garfunkel on Retro Radio. Oh, it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Cleveland, Ohio, and right now it's time to go to the request line at 216-397-4438. Hello, Retro Radio.
Hey, Joe, it's Joe from Garfield Heights.
Hi, Joe. How you doing today?
Not bad. I was wondering if you thought about my 55 Chevy.
Wondering about your 55 Chevy. It's a fine-looking car. I'd like to see that one on the road soon.
Soon. Yeah, I tell you what, I know of a band that Jimi Hendrix idolized. It was called the Sonics, and the name of the song was Louie Louie that they did.
That is a mind blower and a half right there.
I mean, if you can do that for me, I'll be in your debt forevermore.
Well, I know there's a lot of us in debt right now, and I don't want you to be in debt because I'm playing your request. Just crank it up to 11. It's the Sonics. Riding around on a carousel with the Hollies in glorious mono power. It's sound number 6 this week on the Sound 11 survey from WKYC.
WKYC Radio 11.
Yes, fun is the key word today. We're going to have nothing but fun today on Retro Radio at 4:53 in the Rock and Roll City, and your requests at 216-397-4438. Hi, Retro Radio.
Hi there, Joe. It's Andy.
Hi, Andy. How you doing today?
Well, you know what the answer is after Thursday night.
Well, we're not going to talk about that. That's behind us. We're going to have some.
Bring it up.
We're going to have some good times today. All right, we're going to get our moods up through the roof today.
Okay, well, about this time of year in '67, one of the big songs was Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead by the Fifth Estate. I'm hoping you're having that one.
Yes, I got that one for you, Andy. A KY classic for you, the Fifth Estate. Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. Which old witch? The Wicked Witch.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch old witch.
Fifth Estate, Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. KY classic for 1967 on Retro Radio at 4:56 in the Rock and Roll City of Cleveland, Ohio. Joe Madigan with you in high definition, baby. I've never been in HD before. We go from mono power to high definition. How about that, friends? You know, we have these new CD players here in the studio today, and I can adjust the pitch on them so I can play them faster or slower. And I know many radio stations back in the 1960s used to play the records just a little bit faster so they could play more commercials. But here's the thing, WJCU, we don't play commercials, so there's no need for me to speed up the records. And as a matter of fact, well, people used to buy the records back then, and they would think there was something wrong with the pressing of the record because they think the record would play too slow. I don't know if any of you have ever noticed that before, but not me. The records I play, well, if it's too slow, that means it's time for a new turntable, that's for sure.
Just for fun, just for fun. WKYC Radio 11.
How about a Cleveland, Ohio sound? Yes! I featured this one last week. I can't get enough of it. Girl group from right here in Cleveland, Ohio, specifically Shaker Heights, The Secrets. And here they are now with Here He Comes Again.
Here comes my baby down the street.
Oh, that's a great song. Hey, I gotta run here. The song's ending.
Okay, yeah, okay. You have a good time now.
You take care.
Okay,
All right, bye-bye. Some people, they like to talk to me, and that's fine, but when the record's ending, I gotta go.
From the rock and roll capital of the world and online at WJCU.org. This is WJCU University Heights. And now, back to more music with Jumpin' Joe Madigan on Retro Radio.
All right, it's 5 o'clock in the rock and roll city of Cleveland, Ohio. We are feeling fine on a Saturday. We got the tremolos, and we're going to have some fun here because, you know, tremolos, they're all about fun, and this song reflects that. It's all the way up to number 7 this week on the Sound 11 survey from WKYC as we take our trip back to May 15th of 1967. Here she comes now. Here comes my baby.
Midnight.